everybody, welcome back to our channel, LifeSnapShot. Evelyn, Greg, and Muttley here from Australia. Appreciate everybody dropping by. Haven't yet subscribed, please consider. Really help us out. In this channel, we basically talk about anything and everything. We're from Australia, and I like to talk about all sorts of things, be it diets, travel, finance, and anything else maybe people would like to know about Australia. Never been here before, please leave comments down below. We're happy to help you out and talk about what we think about it, whether you wanted to come to Australia or finances or anything like that. Now, also I would like to put in a little bit of disclaimer here. You never ever seek advice from people on YouTube, including me. I'm not a financial advisor. Just please remember that it's just my own personal situation that I like to share with other people. So always seek financial professional help. Your circumstances are obviously different to mine, but I like to let out the information of what I feel is happening and how things are going with the way we're dealing with setting up a future for ourselves and which way we think the next step should be. So hang about and I'll let you in on what I think is going to happen. It's Friday here, about 10 a.m, 20th of March. So we're almost done with March. And if everyone's been following the market, the gold, silver, this week has been absolute dive down. A lot of people on YouTube and, just people in general are saying this is a crash. For me personally, it's not a crash. Actually, it's far from it. And I think there's two reasons why this is happening right now. When you listen to people on YouTube, and I've got a really few good sources of information that I get through. One of my friends, if you haven't seen my other videos, he's 85 years old. He's obviously been in the game for a long time, and he's an absolute success story. So when I talk to him, I listen with both ears. I literally write down notes. This man is a genius, and he has built up a beautiful little empire when it comes to silver and gold, and a success story that most people would be envious of. So that's kind of where I get my feeling, well, what do I do next? When I look at these people, I talk to the people who I think have already been there and done it, and I take that information and I make my own decisions. Because let's face it, something that was done 30, 40, 50 years ago definitely probably doesn't really happen the same way as it did back then. But you can take like a platform of that information and bring it towards the 2026 that we have, the environment, the financial situation we've got, and just use it to say, okay, this is what I think the prediction would be. This is where I should go. People are a lot of talk about the market's crashed. Let's get this straight. The market has not crashed. Okay. With my other videos, you'll see I invested a bucket load in November 2024 for gold. I went out on a limb and I forked out about just over $50,000, and at that time it was 3,900 an ounce. Now I'm going to put it up on the screen. It might have changed since now because it's been very volatile this last week. We're talking gold, of course. And last time I checked, it was about 6,500. Now, if you take that as figures into just 3 days ago, it was around the 7,100 mark. So it's dropped like 600 an ounce. And when I invested in November 2024, 22 ounces of gold, and at 3,900 an ounce, I'm still up 65, 70%. So when people are talking about it's crashed, I feel it certainly hasn't even gone down to the point where I feel it's still going to keep going down. But look at it at a long-term situation. Yes, it's gone down over the last couple of days, but since November, it's still way up. It's been a great investment. Silver, I've been investing for the last 10 years, but I decided to have a shot because a friend of mine told me last November 2025. He said things are going to start moving, and he convinced me to invest, what was it, $14,000. It was about 160 ounces, and it was $91 silver was just last November. So right now I think it's about 110. So again, you're looking at about 18 to 20%. I'm just running this off my head. Don't quote me exactly, please. That you're still ahead. Yes, we were up 100% since last November, because silver literally went to 180 an ounce. We're talking Australian. So yeah, is it way down from that point? Sure. Is it still in front because of your investment initially? Yes. So please, if anybody's thinking, I wouldn't be panicking right now. As a matter of fact, this might be a good moment if you've got a spare few dollars to maybe invest a little bit more in silver and gold. This might be a really good time for somebody who can afford it, of course. Always remember that if you're going to do this the way I do it, it's a long-term investment. Okay, I'm not buying and selling. So for me to buy now, to buy silver or gold now is, for me, a great thing to do. You might be wanting to try and basically flip it overnight, day trade it. Then maybe it's not a good time. Wait until it goes down a little bit more, because that's my prediction. But for the long term, for sure, I think it's a great opportunity to maybe 10,000, 20,000. Of course, if you can afford to put that money into gold and silver, you don't need it for immediate use. You can't, over the long term, I don't see where that wouldn't be a good idea. Go into you could probably call it the conspiracy side of what's happening here. Now, the big players, and I didn't mention any names, everybody knows them, it's very easy to find these big, the big players, the banks, the countries that are all trying to hold gold and silver for themselves, for their own reasons, be it political or military reasons or financial. What do they want us little guys to think right now? They want us to panic, right? They want your physical gold and silver. So that's what they're going to put. Someone told me this saying, and I think it's really great. Don't do what they say, do what they're doing. Okay, so the big players are going to be saying, oh, panic, the market's crashing, it's crashing. So what do the little players do? Oh, I've got to get rid of it. I've taken a little loss. I need to get rid of it because it's going to be more of a loss. And then they scoop it up for a cheaper price. It makes sense when you think about it. My basic advice is just hold on to it. Like I said, I've always done gold and silver as a long-term investment. I'm 54 now. I won't be selling any gold and silver until I reach pension age, which is another 13 years away. And I can comfortably and confidently say that by that time, another decade and a little bit more, that gold and silver predictions of what has happened prior will always be in front of what I bought it for. That's just my advice, my own personal opinion. And history has proven that. Get into public records, anyone, depending on, of course, what country you're from. Maybe there's a little bit more restrictions. Australia, America, probably a little bit different, just using those two as examples. But you can pretty much get into the information online, and you can actually see what these huge companies and organizations, banks, whatever you want to look at, are actually doing opposed to what they're saying. And if you look at it, there's a little bit of a trend going on there. That is, they're not stopping buying. All right, they're looking at something that the information isn't available to us, general population, public, so to speak. Okay, so just remember that. Don't listen to what they're saying. Look at what they're doing. And I think that will be different most of the time. So if you look online and check about some of these huge gold hoarders, huge world companies, banks, governments, countries even, their stock of silver and gold never really goes down. So what does that tell you? It tells you that they're telling us, the common folk, panic, sell it, and there's only one reason why they're doing that, is so that they can buy it. Okay? My advice, and I'm taking my own advice, of course, that there's nothing to worry about. This is not a crash. This is a normal wave of a situation of gold and silver going up and down as it normally does. It's got to go somewhere here and stop, and then it's got to come down to here, and then it'll stop again. It's the in-between where you decide, okay, it's here, now it's come down to here. Do I buy or do I wait? And then, okay, I think I might buy. And then it comes to here and you go, okay. And you've just got to look at it like that. The last lot of gold I bought 1 ounce on an auction site of raw gold, unrefined raw gold, still in its raw form. And if I worked it out, it was just over an ounce. I paid just under $8,000. And at the time, gold was about 7,700. So with shipping fees and everything, it cost me just under 8,000, about 7,950 or something like that. So if you look at it, that last ounce of gold, I'm actually down almost $1,500 on that ounce. But then you look at the gold coins and stuff I bought back in November of 2024, and I'm 60 to 65% up. So there's a comparison of how things have happened with the investments I've made just over the last, it hasn't even been 2 years. So for the long term, I feel it's still a great investment. And I'm going to wait a little bit longer and see. I reckon by the end, we're about to go overseas. So I'm predicting maybe another couple of weeks. And if it sort of steadies and just stays around what it is now, I'm going to invest another 10 or 20,000, I think, in gold. And I'll make the decision when I pull the trigger if it's going to be gold and silver. But at the moment, it's just going to be gold, because silver now for me is a little bit too volatile. Gold is always that long-term great investment that I always feel is going to work out better than silver. But once again, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. That's just my opinion. It's not advice. Always seek professional financial help. Hope that helps people out. Remember, don't panic. just ride this wonderful wave, because that's what it is. I feel in the end, you're gonna do okay. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Not what you know, it's who you know.